Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Mine's off to a little bit of a rough start, but that's alright. We'll fix that with some Streets of Rogue. So, as far as I know, nothing's been added. Yeah. Um, like I said, we might take a pause on this game until they come out with the beta release, which hopefully will add the third floor. I will unlock it, and then we'll do some third floor runs. As of right now, and I know I've said this probably 3 times now, but I feel like we've plumbed the depths of this game, so to speak, for what's available in the alpha state. But we'll do another run real quick here. See, we got a couple choices: wand, door detonator, and of course we got to go machine gun. I think that's a video game law that if there is a machine gun available, you have to go machine gun. Now, as far as characters go, sure. Alright, so random has given us the assassin, uh, aka the ninja, as I refer to him all the time. And what does he have? So he starts off with, I almost said it again, the ear warp whistle. My brain cannot handle those series of words together, apparently. The quick escape teleporter, which we've discussed before, do not enjoy it. The machine gun that we just purchased with our chicken nuggets. Can you imagine if that's how real life worked? A sword, probably one of the best melee weapons in the game, and shurikens, which are essentially the way rocks are now. Up until this point, a shuriken was the only way to hit people by throwing or hit people, kill people by throwing something. I believe the shuriken does 10 damage, but now rocks do damage, and that's amazing. So my special skill, as long as nobody's looking at me, like see, I can't, I'm being watched. He does not like turning invisible when he's being watched, but here I can turn invisible, and if I do that, well, it kind of failed. But you see, I backstabbed that Blod, I believe it was, and for my trouble, I did double damage. Now it's 4 times damage if you're camouflaged while you do it, and you can usually one-hit KO most people, unless they're exceptionally tanky for some reason. Like you might not want to do that to a gorilla or something. Uh, but yeah, I mean, backstabbing a gorilla in any situation is probably a bad idea, um, unless you've got some cojones on you that dwarf everyone else's to a very large degree. Uh, all right, so we are an assassin. Our first goal here is to retrieve that item, which we did. We got a silencer. Let's go ahead and silence our machine gun. That would probably not work even remotely in real life. Um, Again, contrary to popular belief, silencers don't really silence your weapon. Um, they muffle it a little bit. I don't remember. I watched a video on it too because I was also curious what the actual point of them was, and for the life of me, I can't remember the explanation. Um, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube right now. Um, yeah, you'd be hard pressed not to find somebody with an opinion or uh, facts on some subject. So, good luck with that. We're gonna go ahead and go in here. Now, what I can do, I can just camouflage myself and get over to that, um, and then destroy it. But as soon as you do anything in stealth, uh, yeah, see, you de-stealth. Um, I don't know if anybody here plays HeroClix. Stealth being a pretty OP power in that, where you do something in stealth and you stay in stealth. Unless somebody has a way of seeing you. Doesn't work that way in this game. This is more akin to, I hate to say realism in Streets of Rogue, but that's pretty much what it comes down to. If you did anything and somebody spotted you, I mean, you're not hiding anymore, obviously. But either way. let's let's move on. And well, you know what? Here. Let's try to get a level up. Lord. Let's try to get a level up so that we can get a... Yeah, there you go. And I think I lost that shuriken. Yeah, I only have 9 left. Rocks do the same thing as well. If you damage somebody with it, apparently the rock explodes or something to that effect. And you'll have to excuse me. Once again, I am drinking coffee. Um, this is the morning for me. I don't know what time of day you're watching it, but I am doing this before work. I have a very, very busy schedule this week. I will squeeze an upload in. And it's going to be episode 5 of Streets of Rogue. I think that's what we're up to. I'm, of course, recording episode 6 right now. But, yeah, it's going to be a one upload week. I was looking at what I have uploaded, and I think I've done a pretty decent job for having a full-time job and getting videos up. So, you know, I'm fairly happy with that. Okay, there we go. Get some money, get some whiskey. And I don't think we need to do anything else. Let's get the hell out of here. Get a perk real quick. As good as that is, I don't think we're hurting for weapons. So let's go ahead and promise we'll return it. People less likely to get mad if you steal their shit. FYI, does not work in real life. You know, we're not Steely from Rick and Morty. We can't just chloroform people and go back to our safe space. But we do have a machine gun, so that's worth about 8 grapples. Always a good thing. Okay, so let's try this out. See? Look, we stole their stuff, and they're just kind of like, get out of here, you ninja. Damn ninjas stealing our bananas. You can't walk 5 feet in this town without that happening. Oh, Lord. I don't even remember what I was talking about now. Hopefully the cop doesn't... Nah, he saw us. He saw us. Crap. Okay. Well, excuse me. That... Oh, Lord, that escalated quickly. So what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So, I think I've done a pretty good job at maintaining, maybe not a clockwork style upload schedule, but a respectable one. I have been getting something up every week, so that's good. Little play on my name there. And I was thinking about this the other day, too. You know, I think... I try to keep a positive tone on these videos, not be negative, not really turn this into a rant for political opinions or being negative on people. That's not really my thing. Feel free to dispute that in the comments, but you know, I'd rather. Oh, jeez, come on. Hold on, I gotta concentrate for a second here. But, you know, I'm currently playing a ultra-violent game. Most of the games I play involve shooting people until they explode. Of course, my channel itself, the moniker that I have taken online for well over a decade is based on one of the most violent books probably written in the 20th century. Also a movie that has pretty graphically filmed rape scenes in it, which is bad, but and I'm not even going to defend them and say, oh well, they're artistic. That, I mean, it's part of the story. You know, the main character, the main crux, if you will, of A Clockwork Orange being that force change is not... I just noticed we got a quest from a shopkeeper. I don't think that's happened before. It's usually drug dealers just giving you quests. Anyways, but yeah, the main point of that book being that forcing people to change doesn't affect anything. That um, no matter how awful of a person you are, the only thing that's going to affect you on a moral level is yourself, and I think that's something that I tend to agree with. But that's going to end up getting extremely political very quickly, so we're going to ignore that topic. I'm just saying it's a little bit ironic that you know I keep a good-natured tone on my violence-laden YouTube channel. But okay, we got the food processor. Real quick before we continue this line of thought, I'm going to turn the cigarettes into something, and you see that I went from 3 food to 4 food. Before this update, Alpha 21, it could have turned it into beer, could have turned it into a banana. Food did not exist yet. So it was a much better item. Although, yes, great, now I have 4 food, um, which we'll go ahead and eat some of. Whoops. Um, Food ultimately a little bit useless. Now, I can kind of see why they nerfed that. The ability to, like, if you eat everything but, say, like a cheeseburger and then use the food processor on your whole inventory, um, you would be pretty much unkillable. Um, and I understand that was maybe a bad idea from a game balance standpoint. I'm not saying it was like, oh, well, this isn't OP at all. It was, and I've won a lot of runs by abusing the food processor in my personal time. Um, but still, a little bit upset about that change. I really like the way the food processor used to work. I don't really want my inventory cluttered up with food, the FUD variety. Um, and kind of fitting that it's FUD because it's like FU dude. It's really bad food, right? That was a bad joke. So, anyways, let's go ahead and try to get enough money for that cyanide pill. Ooh, yes, and we did it. Sorry, this coffee's kind of, I mean, making me a little bit hoarse. Of course, it's a bit. Let me pause this real quick. Excuse me. It's a bit chilly this morning. After being very warm, so the air kind of dried out, and my throat's a bit scratchy as a result. So try to bear with me on that. Um, we discussed a little bit, touched upon it very briefly in the last episode. Um, that I'm trying to be more consistent with the quality of these. So having having never done this before, um, I was not entirely sure how my recording software worked for the first couple of Streets of Rogue episodes, and I think what was happening was instead of using my actual microphone, it was switching the default microphone to the one on my computer that's built in, and that's why you can barely hear me. Now, you would think that I would have noticed that editing these, because I do to make sure that there's no mistakes or, if something happens that I need to pause the video and start again. Um, like, excuse me again, that I would have noticed that I was extremely quiet on them, but it sounded alright on my headphones until I uploaded it, and frankly, I don't really have the time to re-record anything. I wish I did, maybe in the future, or, when we restart this series, because I'll change the name of this to the to the alpha gameplay, and well, that worked. Um, from there, we will start a new playlist for the beta, etc., etc. So something that, real quick, I'm going to touch upon. They made the highlight on when the bombs fall a lot brighter as part of the 21 update, which is actually kind of neat. Sometimes you were prone to getting hit by those bombs. I mean, it wasn't like a huge problem, but it's a small quality of life update that I do appreciate. Um, so if the developers catch wind of that, or I post it in the forums at some point, that was a good idea. Overall, um, I'm very pleased with Update 21. um, I think that. Oh my God! Yeah, let's just get out of here then. I think that good changes are on the way with this game, and for every change I don't like the food processor, he's making like 10 changes I do. And I think at the end of the day, that's going to result in a really balanced game. When this hits its final release, whenever that ends up being, I genuinely think that he will have a true gem on his hand. And the developer really, really did a good job on this game. Um, I can't tell you what a large amount of fun I have been having with this, even in its current state. This is pretty much everything I like about a gameplay, or a game rather. Sorry, tight gameplay, lots of items to pick, tackling objectives in a way you see fit. Um, all this stuff. All this stuff is really good. Um, I could go on forever about how much I enjoy this game, but we'll get back on topic here. Um, so yeah, I think I finally figured out how my recording software works, and hopefully we'll continue having better episodes that you will have fun with, as well as me, because I'm gonna have fun regardless. And excuse me a second here. I'll finish off that coffee real quick. I am going to have fun regardless. I love playing video games. I love talking with you out there in viewerland. Um, gives me a chance to collect my thoughts, maybe vent a little bit. Everybody wins. Let's go ahead and stealth ourselves real quick. Um, hmm. All right. Well, that worked. Um, what were we talking about? Um, boy, I totally lost my train of thought. Kind of got trapped between some people I didn't mean to punch. I was just trying to get into that treasure chest. Either way, if you're not having fun, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you are having fun, feel free to let me know in the comments. Also, willing to accept suggestions for games to tackle next. I'm leaning towards Hollow Knight, practicing a little bit on that in my free time, because I do think that Streets of Rogue, as much fun as I do have with it, has probably reached its natural conclusion for an alpha game. At this point, we're just kind of doing the same thing, having the same conversations. So, it might have been the previous episode that I mentioned this, but as far as games go, to me, it's the experience of playing with them, sharing that with other people who are interested, and I think we've kind of combed through what this game has to offer in terms of experience as an alpha game in State 21B. Um, so we might move on to something else for a little while. As soon as I figure out what that is, I will let you know. So we can't cyanide this building. That guy has a vent in his rescue chamber, and I'm also hesitant to use any syringe as a result of that. So let's go ahead and stealth. There we go. That worked. And I believe we have a rock. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's wait for the camera to pass so we can blow up that machine gun. Yeah, so you can see that guy's coming after me. If people hear something... Yeah, alright, well, that worked. Oh, and we get our rock back. It didn't explode. Alright. Nice. So, let's escort him to the entrance and move on. But yeah, Hollow Knight. Interesting game. Um, I'm sure by now you've seen it on other channels or played it yourself. I'm very excited about it. I think the art style on it is absolutely gorgeous. So we might play through that a little bit. It depends on if I can find the time, because that's a very involved game, and I don't think it's one that you can really take big breaks from. At least that's how it tends to be with me. So we might go for a classic game that I'm more familiar with. Maybe that Earthbound playthrough I was talking about that I'm well overdue for in the Mario 6 Golden Coins episode that went up a couple days ago. Um, the episode where I debated whether or not the game was canon when it's the first appearance of Wario. Yeah, you can tell it had been a while since I played that. I have not owned a Game Boy uh, in many, many years, and therefore, okay, we'll get another cyanide pill. We'll refill our guns, and yeah, we'll probably just move on to the next floor. I think that would be the last one we'll end this playthrough. But yeah, I haven't played anything on regular Game Boy in a really long time. I don't know what the hell I was confusing that game with, but it led to some hilarity, so to speak. So not a lot to do on this floor. Let's just try to get it done. Oh. Do we have enough to bribe the cops? We do not. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cyanide all these people and hopefully get enough resources. There we go. To bribe the cops, kill those slave drivers over there, and finally got ourselves a shotgun. Get that mission objective finished. I I really enjoyed that slow motion alarm sound. Boo, boo, boo. Oh man, that was funny. Okay, good. We leveled up. So we alerted no one somehow, even though we were blowing everything up, which is good. That just means nobody noticed us putting the cyanide into the air system. Yeah, there you go. That's the beauty of backstab, and we might be able to do this again. Nope. Okay. Yeah, that guy had to go. So, the cop didn't seem to care that time. I thought that was part of the update. Maybe I was mistaken on what he was referring to um, as far as cop AI goes. And we got way too much stuff, especially for the last floor coming up. So let's just get rid of all this crap. We don't need that. We're not going to need that. We'll save the rocks, and we'll get rid of those. And that one's not that good. That just makes people not aggro you. They turn into loyal for the duration of that thing's effect. Um, it's sometimes useful, not all the time. A lot of times it's downright stupid. I do like the one that turns them angry, though. I actually like that one quite a lot. Because you can use it in a place like this, where there's two guards facing each other, and they will just beat the hell out of each other, and make it a lot easier for you, which is always a good thing. But yeah, I know I've made a couple comparisons of this game to Binding of Isaac, which is true. It has that vibe to it, very much so. Especially going through different floors and things of that sort. Of course, Binding of Isaac is a finished game with several expansions, the ability to mod and all that kind of stuff on it. Whereas this is, again, in its alpha state. Not a bad thing. They've done a lot with that. Alright, well, we just took out guys with guns. Let's go get our chicken nuggets. Of course, we could always play that, too. I haven't played Binding of Isaac in a couple months. Well, maybe not that long. The last time I played, they updated the Oh god, it's not the Omega Penny. Damn it, Northern Lion. The Crooked Penny to no longer duplicate item pedestals. That was the last time I played. How long ago was that? A couple weeks? A month? I don't know. By the time I post this, who knows? Let's get that and go on to the last floor here. So we can always visit that too. That's a game I can just pick up whenever and play. Of course, I don't want this to just be like me playing roguelikes channels. Okay, so the active bombs. This is a disaster that you have 2.5 minutes. The only mission is to find these bombs, which are the red indicators on your map. So yeah, okay. You've got that much time to break into wherever they are. Let's go ahead and eat because this is going to be a nightmare. Get them, destroy them, bring them all to the exit, whatever it is you have to do. Let's go ahead and camouflage so that we can get this. Okay, good. That blocked them off. Let's get out of here. So hopefully they'll aggro the cops. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's all we need to do. I'm going to be in a little bit of a rush. This is mildly stressful. I don't think we'll have any problems with it, but hold on. Yeah, ignore my crimes, please, because I'm about to murder some fools. Okay. Well, that failed miserably. Got way too distracted there. Um, Either way, I think I will call this a day. Wrap up this series with this episode unless something happens where I really, really want to play this game. And I will see you in the next series of videos, and I hope you have a good day.